It's officially March, which means Americans nationwide are thinking about March Madness and filling out their brackets. Now, according to the government, over $2.5 billion is bet every year on the NCAA tournament, with the majority of that money coming in the forms of office pools. But despite how common they are, there's an important question. Are they legal? Well, we have an attorney here, Clarence Dass of the Clarence Dass Law Firm, joining me now. Clarence, let's get right to it. Are these office pools legal?
Well, I don't want to burst your bubble, but the reality is they're not. And Michigan has actually specifically prohibited office pools all across the state. The only people allowed to gamble in the state of Michigan are casinos. And they actually made one exception, which is charity bingo, which you can't mess with people's bingo. But office pools are actually illegal all across the state.
Now, this is a state law, not federal government. This is just, it's illegal in Michigan.
The federal government actually banned it too, but states have the right to create their own laws, and Michigan has specifically said only casinos are able to actually have gambling pools around the state.
So what are we allowed to do when we want to, maybe a friendly wager? So where's the line?
What I always tell people is brag, not bet. So this is what the Attorney General has said is an acceptable thing to do. You can have bragging rights when it comes to your favorite football team or basketball team, but you just can't have anything of value exchanged, meaning no money between coworkers, no free dinners, no free concert tickets, nothing that actually gets valuable for the other person other than your bragging rights.
Now, what happens, because, look, people are going to do it, right? It's a tradition. Apparently, it is not a legal tradition now, but it's a tradition. What would happen if someone got caught with this?
It's actually a felony. It's actually a 10-year felony on top of that in the state of Michigan to gamble without a gambling license. It's a misdemeanor for the person that's actually hosting the gambler. So if your employer is actually allowing you to have an office pool or an NCAA bracket, they're actually guilty of a misdemeanor. You're guilty of a felony.
Do they actually convict people of this? Are you aware of anyone that's been convicted of this anytime recently?
My sources tell me it's not on the priority list for law enforcement, but there was a big raid in 2015 in Kalamazoo where, because the number of dollars was so high in this office pool, they actually raided the office and all those people got prosecuted.
Wow. So, well, thank you, Clarence Dass, for giving us something to talk about.
Me.
Bragging rights, not money. We'll be right back with the check of news, weather, and traffic. Your law firm's right there. And what kind of law do you practice very quickly?
I practice criminal law, which is good for those gamblers,
All right.
and family law.
So if you get busted, Clarence Dass is your man. He understands.